so maybe what we need is sort of a Hippocratic oath, for international development, international aid. The first thing you should do is not make things worse. For a lot of people think that things can't get worse, but they haven't been exercising their imaginations very.
They haven't been to the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also a lot of this stuff for the developing world. What you're seeing now, and Anielka just was talking about it, and you can talk about it more. But we want no more aid. We want trade. We want to be linked to networks of productivity. We want to be part of the global economy. We want you to reduce your tariffs so we can compete on a free playing field. And then what you hear from the Christians from the developed world is this kind of regurgitation of liberation theology. So there's almost a disconnect between people in Latin America and Africa and Asia. It's like, no, please don't help us anymore. And like, no, we're here. We want to help you.
Don't impose your anti-globalization on us, and also don't bring your heterodoxy, because where orthodoxy and sort of evangelicalism in a small e sense across denominations is taking off is in the global South, of course. And that's the rich irony, that the centers of power, in some sense, on all these levels are migrating away from the developed world.
I was reading recently how some Lutheran churches in Kenya are now refusing to take money from Lutheran churches in Western Europe and North America because they're saying, you're heterodox. Right. You don't believe in the Christian gospel. And the agendas that you want us to pursue with the aid that you give us are directly contrary to some of the most basic moral teaching of Christianity.
Well, it's interesting, the globalization thing that's interesting, and maybe you can comment on this, but like you look at people and they say things like, well, we need to stop being so imperialist, and they give examples of corporations and McDonald's and Coca-Cola. And obviously we know that corporations can do bad things and can exploit. But it seems to me that a much bigger force of exploitation and imperialism is imposing upon people in the developing world Western secular morality, and imposing upon them, say, reproductive schemas that are opposed to the things they believe in, but happen to be the fashionable thing among a certain type of elite in the West. What do you think about that?
Well, that's one of the issues
Are hamburgers imperialist?
that we've had to deal with in Nicaragua. I mean, a lot of the investment has made a difference in people's lives, and we saw it. I mean, with job creation, with the impact of clusters, and I mean, just how small cities and could grow, and people could really change. I mean, they would have better hopes for the future once they had a job, and despite the issues that sometimes are brought up about investment, it can have a positive effect. The other thing is related to just the conditions that some of this aid that some countries put to the aid that they bring to the developing world. In Nicaragua's case, we have been able to reject. The government has rejected aid that has been brought because they had some conditions, especially regarding abortion, and abortion is not legal in Nicaragua yet. And therapeutic abortion is not legal there either. So. And
that's with both the Liberal Party and the Sandinista Party, correct?
Yeah.
Because Ortega rejected it too.
Yeah. And so that is really a problem when you have, not only this aid that is coming with a purpose, but also on some conditions that really are against the values that are really common in the country.
Sounds like neo-colonialism to me.
Right, yeah.
How else would you describe it? A bunch of secular atheist Swedes telling Catholic and Protestant Nicaraguans what they should be doing in their personal lives.